Hi everyone, this is Abena. I'd like to thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Embrace Natural Beauty, where it has been my goal to share with you simple tips and techniques that have been helpful to me in my very own natural hair journey, which has been 5.5 years now, that have helped me to maintain my hair, to keep it in good condition and retain length, which was always my goal, because I want all of you who are watching and who follow me to better maintain your hair, to keep it in good condition and retain length, if that happens to be your goal, so that you enjoy your hair and embrace natural beauty of your own. In this video, I'm going to share with you my review of the Nuritress product line, which I used to style my wash and go 2 weeks back to back, a couple of weeks ago actually. So this hair is not the hair from Nuritress, but I had an opportunity to do some recording today, and so I wanted to make sure I get these videos to you so that you can see some of the things that I've been up to and that I've been sharing on Periscope and Facebook Live and Instagram and Facebook. So for those of you here on YouTube that aren't on those other social media platforms, I wanted you guys to see that as well. As many of you know, my go-to hairstyle happens to be the wash and go. However, there are different ways I like to wear my wash and go. Sometimes I like it really super defined and elongated. Sometimes I like for it to be a little fluffy. And so depending on how I want to wear my wash and go, I will choose the most likely the gel that's going to give me that type of elongation and hold. But also, whenever I do a wash and go, I always use two products. I use a moisturizer to help retain moisture in my hair, and then I put the finishing gel that's going to hold the style for the length of the time I plan to wash it, which is typically for a full week. So normally I use two products when I style my wash and go, or in particular when I'm styling hair. I use a moisturizer and a product that's going to give me hold, depending on the product line that I choose. So when I did a wash and go and I was reviewing a product line, recently I was reviewing Nuritress, and I'm going to show you the wash and go I did with that, the application and all of that good stuff. But I used only one product because that's what was pretty much offered in that product line. And then on the a little bit differently when I did my wash and go using the Mielle Organics products. Today happens to be day 6 of my wash and go using Mielle Organics. So a number of you asked me, why did I use 3 products? Now normally I just use 2, right? So I used 3 products because, again, I was reviewing a product line and I just wanted to try out the products in that product line. And so I happened to use a leave-in conditioner, and then on top of that I used a moisturizer, and followed by the styling gel. So yeah, there are 3 products in my hair right now. This happens to be day 6. It's working really well. So I will share the review and the full review with the product application and so forth, and how long I kept the style, which is going to be a full week. The wash and go using Mielle Organics lasted a full 11 days and was absolutely wonderful. I look forward to sharing that product review with you in a separate video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience using the Nuritress product line, which I received directly from the manufacturer for review and consideration for use in the salon with my clients. I actually shared the live unboxing on Periscope and Facebook Live on January 30th. I'm going to provide a link to the broadcast in the description box below, and just for fun, here's a little snippet of it. So look what I got. Let me just try and open this up so you guys can see. This product I got. So I'm going to take everything out and try not to mess up my hair. My experience using the Nuritress product line, which I used for 2 weeks back to back doing wash and goes, and was very much enjoying this product. They included a shampoo, conditioner, and styling products, but they did not have a deep conditioner. So I tried out another deep conditioner on the first go around, and it was the Matrix Biolodge Hydro Source. And so when I try new products, that's when I get the test of how much my frizzy areas are either controlled or contained. And so you're going to see how I go about at least trying to control them, and how well new products are at containing my frizz. So let's see how we did. The Stimulating Scalp Shampoo was a wonderful cleanser that cleaned my scalp and my hair really well. It had a nice tingly, minty feel to it, and it lathered very nicely, something I would certainly consider using in a salon. The Stimulating Scalp Conditioner, on the other hand, is something when I use a conditioner, I use it at home to separate my hair and to detangle. It did not have any slip, and so it was a very difficult detangling session. I wanted to thoroughly review this particular product, and it was exhausting. I did communicate this information with the creator and the founder of the company because she really wanted to know so that she can make some tweaks to make it more user-friendly for naturals. After detangling, I deep conditioned my hair with the Matrix Biolage Hydra Source, which left my hair feeling nice and moist. I started with the natural hair butter, and it's very creamy, has a subtle fragrance to it, and I used just a small amount to get started with. As you can see, the section that I start in is the low porosity section. I put that small portion was able to go from the root almost down to the middle of my hair, and I've got another one. But yeah, I always start with the low porosity section because it is the most challenging section of my hair, and I like to start with that when I have the most energy, the most time, and before I get too tired. So what I like about this product is it does spread pretty well, really easy to work with. And at this point, I had intended to do a wash and go, which, is my usual, especially when I'm testing out a product. But as I prepared to apply the next product to layer on top of it, I realized it wouldn't be a good mix and decided that since this product is designed for twist outs and braid outs, it would be best to go ahead and braid this section up to get the most hold and definition. My face is telling it all. I certainly was not planning to do a braid out, but that's what the nature of the product called for. So here I am braiding up this section, and I knew that this would get me the most definition for this portion of my hair. Now it's on to the pretty curls, which again, it's very similar to the natural hair butter in appearance. The smell is slightly different. It doesn't smell quite the same. In fact, this one smells even more bland, if you will. The natural hair butter actually has a little bit more of a oil smell to it. And so I'm starting again with a small portion. And this section of my hair that I'm applying it to happens to be the easiest of my hair sections, and I can pretty much do anything to it. It's very cooperative. And also, if you'll notice, the closer to the root of my hair is all low porosity back there, but the rest of it is normal porosity, and like I said, it behaves pretty well. So I'm going to apply a little bit more. And now because this is the pretty curls, what I'm looking for is for it to clump well together and to get an idea of whether or not it's going to give me good hold and a nice curl. So this is going to be the telltale sign. Sure enough, there we go. Looks good to me. It clumped together well, and I think I can get a good wash and go with it. So I proceed to apply the pretty curls to the rest of my hair. And this front section of my hair actually has a mixture of high porosity, low porosity, and normal porosity. So the section I'm working on, this portion right here that I'm working on, happens to be high porosity. So I'm going to tell it to behave because I know how it acts up. And I'm just going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my hair. Now, if you'll notice, I decided to do the front portion a little different in terms of how I laid it completely in my face. And it may look like it, that may be too much in my face, but you'll see when I finish how it works out. So I'll just go ahead and continue to smooth that down until I get the definition that I'm looking for. And there it is. And now as I pull down the rest of my hair, those braids that are in the back, I want you to take a notice of the row just below the braids. That portion down there is, as you can see, it's low porosity. It did not penetrate well. On the first go round, that's pretty much what the low porosity section may have looked like if I didn't braid it. But anyway, my hair was fully dry by this point in time. I sat under my hooded dryer, and just the low porosity section that was braided needed to be diffused in order to be fully dry at the root. And so I went ahead and did that, put my scarf on, and now I look like Smurfette. Yep, that's how I go to bed. And the next day I took it down and shook my hair out, which was fairly easy because I didn't have the gel on, so it was nice and loose. I shook it out, and then I'm going to proceed to separate those braids. I feel like it blended very nicely with the rest of my hair. I mean, granted, the pattern, it may be a little bit different, but it blends very nicely. I like the movement. I like most of all the shape. As long as everything falls into shape well, that's the most important thing for me. And so this worked out very well. I was very pleased. And now I feel so excited and happy to be able to greet my clients for the day. So during the week and when I'm at work, my hair is typically up in a puff. And this pretty much looks like my typical wash and go puff when I'm at work and relaxing at home until I do the reveal. And then you get to see what those lovely, challenging, special areas of mine were doing. Doesn't look too bad, but I'm just giving you, this is high definition, so you can see a little bit more. Now that row that was below the braided section, as you can see, there's absolutely no definition, and that's what I suspected, and that's why I chose to braid it so I can get some definition. Otherwise, it would have been a big ball of frizz. And so the front also did not it didn't hold well, but it was moist. My hair wasn't dry. So these are just my areas of frizz that when I don't have considerable control, they show up. And they showed up. But overall, like I said, I really did enjoy this hair, this wash and go / braid out. It really worked well for me. I was so happy. This was, I think, the last day before I washed it, and I greeted you all on social media and said, hi, this is me in my day 6 hair with no gel, just a butter. Yep, worked well for me. So there you go. The next time I did the wash and go using Nuritress, I did a complete wash and go. So here I am. I'm preparing to detangle my hair. I've already put the first 2 portions up, and this portion you're looking at right now is my low porosity section with no product on it before I detangle. That's been freshly shampooed. So now I'm sectioning it off so that crown section will be 2 sections, and the one below will be either 1 or 2 depending on how I feel that day. And oftentimes people ask me, how can you tell if your hair is low porosity? If you're looking in the mirror like I am and you see how there's a portion just below the part, you can see how there's a lot of definition, lots of little curls. But when I open this part up, the section that's just below the part is also low porosity. There is no definition there. And then just below it, you can see some curls and you can actually see some water retained in that hair. Now, after detangling and deep conditioning with my staple products, the True and Shea Moisture products, I am now rinsing out the deep conditioning and going to go ahead and apply the pretty curls. This is important because I'm using different conditioners. It does seem to make a difference with my hair when I use my staple deep conditioning. And so just as I did before, I'm starting with my low porosity section, applying the product. And because you guys have seen this side before, I'm going to switch it over to the right hand side so we can get a little glimpse of that. Just releasing it from the twist that I keep it in when I'm deep conditioning. And so even though it is a full section, I wanted you to notice I work through in subsections within this section. Because this is my challenging area of hair, I want to make sure when I'm actually doing my wash and go that I'm getting a good definition. And so in order to ensure that I get good definition in my low porosity section of hair, I have to work in small sections. So it's not necessarily shingling, but very close to it. In fact, most times I do shingle in my low porosity section of hair. And now I'm just going to speed it up a little bit because you get the gist. You can see how large the sections are that I'm working with and how I'm smoothing it down before I rake it. And also want you to know that I typically struggle with definition closer to the root, and even the first 2 to 3 inches are least defined. And then as you go a little bit further, maybe even 6 inches before I start to get some real definition, because the level of porosity starts to increase. But closer to the root is very low porosity. And when I use my staple products, it's a different story. So, but using this product, I still enjoyed, look at that definition. I still enjoyed the definition that I did get. So at this point, my hair is completely, I've done the wash and go, the rake and smooth throughout the entire head of hair. Now I'm just taking it out of the twist that I kept it in while I was working throughout my head. Now, unlike the previous week, I made sure that this brush and go was going to work. I did use my staple products. Again, like I said, I think that made a big difference. And so overall, it looks like it's going to be good. And I think so. I think it was good. So let's move on to the later that day. So this happened to be a Monday, and I was broadcasting on Periscope and Facebook Live later that day. So my hair was fully dry in time for the broadcast. And check out the back portion of my hair. There's excellent definition and movement. Even the front looks good, well defined. Yeah, shake it, girl, shake it. You getting ready to go live. Happy days. Now, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little glimpse of this. This is day 3, and I'm wearing the black, so that means I'm either on my way to the gym or just coming back from the gym. I think this was on my way to the gym. Yeah, in fact, I know I just took my scarf off, so I was on my way to the gym in that one. I just wanted you guys to see what it was looking like on day 3. And then here, this happens to be day 6, and I wanted to give you guys high definition. So I'm going to go in real close on this one. By day 6, again, my frizzy areas started to show up, but just like the previous week, my hair was not dry. This is my hair. I have frizzy hair. If it is not contained or controlled by a product that has a lot of hold, then it's going to show up. And that's what happened in this case. But again, I really did enjoy this wash and go. But I want you guys to know, because this is a question that I get a lot, is if I don't have definition, does that mean that my moisturizer didn't work? In this case, the product that I was using for hold did a good job of moisturizing, because it was doing both moisture and hold, but hold was on the softer side, and with my frizzy areas, it wasn't enough. And so if you get something like this and you touch your hair, I want you to feel, how it feels. There should be a difference between how it feels when your hair is dry and when your hair is just not being held together well for good definition. Now I'm going to give you guys the slow-mo so you can really see throughout my hair. I do have disbursement of, high porosity, low porosity, normal porosity, and so forth. So the areas where you see most of the frizz is where it's low and high porosity. Back here, obviously, this is my low porosity section. It looks way frizzier than the high porosity. And then also note that the color of my hair, it looks a little discolored because I'm so into the light, but I did that so you can see the definition. If I don't go in this close to the light, it's too dark and you can't see it. So, but my hair was completely, it looked almost black or dark brown when I'm not, under the high glare of the light, so you can see the definition. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see all that frizz. This is my hair, and it's not dry. It's just not defined, because this product did not have a strong hold, and it is day 6. And that's just up close. If you're not under the microscope or under the high definition of the camera like this, you would not see this level of frizz on me this way. And to compare, this is what my hair looks like on a typical wash and go using my now staple products, the Shea Moisture Low Porosity Protein Free Leave-In Detangler. Here I have it with Wetline Xtreme. This was day 6. This is from a video that I have on my YouTube channel. You can click in the link below to see that entire video. And then also I'm comparing with when I use my staple products again, the Shea Moisture Low Porosity Leave-In Detangler with Eco Styler Gel. So on both occasions, I do have good moisture to the front of my hair, but the gels help to give my hair a better hold. And so those frizzy areas don't look so frizzy when they are controlled using a gel this way. Now that you've seen my frizzy high porosity hair in high definition, I'd love to hear your very own experiences with frizzy hair and how you've been managing it. Please leave your comments and your questions down below in the comment section. And in the meantime, stay connected with me via various social media platforms, as well as chat with me live on Periscope on Monday evenings at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can download the app to your smartphone and follow me at Embrace M Beauty to get the alert when I'm broadcasting live. And at the same time, I will be broadcasting on Facebook Live. So if you're on the Embrace Natural Beauty Facebook page, you will get that alert at that time. Up next is my review of Mielle Organics product line. Will this become a staple for me? Stay tuned and you'll find out. Thank you so much for watching.